Hello, everyone. I'm Randy Gore, and we're joined by Dave Metzger, the head coach of the North Allegheny Slow Pitch softball team for our 2023 fall preview. Coach, thanks for being with us today.
You're welcome, Randy.
Now, North Allegheny coming off a WPISL finals appearance last year, a semifinal appearance 2 years ago, and a championship in 2020. How proud are you of the success of the program, especially in recent years under your tutelage?
I'm thrilled. I can't say enough about the players that we've had, their character, their effort, and their willingness to learn and listen to the coaches. And I'll say the same thing about the coaching staff. I've been really blessed to have terrific coaches, dedicated. They literally, we eat, sleep, and drink softball during the season and out of the season as well. It's a lot of fun, and I'm thrilled that we're getting ready to start again in the fall.
6 players graduated from last year's runner-up
Yes.
team. Who are some of the returnees you expect some big things from this year?
I'm expecting to see a lot from Riley Spitz. She'll probably be our starting shortstop. She's just so solid, so consistent, batting, fielding, and being a leader. And along that lines as well, Jana Cole is our right fielder. It's like a security blanket for me to have her there. She knows where to be, when to be there. And, different personality than Riley. She's much more vocal, much more out in front when trying to be that senior leader that every team needs. Keel Glazer will be our returning third baseman. Different, quieter, leads more by, one-on-one. But really looking forward to seeing how she has advanced over the years. She's always been a good hitter. She's got a great arm. And it's been fun to watch her mature and kind of rein in those natural talents and be able to use them to her fullest extent.
And we talked about the deep playoff runs for the
Mm-hmm.
Tigers in recent years. How does that big game experience help this team and the returnees and their expectations for this season?
I'm hoping it makes them hungry. The seniors this year were freshmen when we won the championship in 2020. So they were aware, but not really involved. They got a taste of playoffs a little bit last year, and then, or the year before, and then last year. I hope it helps them to understand what it takes to win. Nobody's going to hand it to us just because we're North Allegheny. There are many other good teams in the league. Last year, we were second to Shaler in the regular season. Shaler was 13-1, and we were the only team to beat them. We split a doubleheader. The playoff game, they were just that little bit better, that game. I hope they use that as motivation. I really do. To be that close and to have played so well all year long and to have had such a terrific comeback, come from behind win in the semifinals against Montour, and then to fall short was, you're thrilled that you played that well and that you got that far, yet there's that disappointment that you just couldn't get to the finish line the way you had hoped and what your goal was. And I want every player that comes through North Allegheny Slow Pitch to have that feeling like the 2020 team did. I just think it's one of those lifetime memories and something that the kids will cherish. And I think they'll use it as motivation. I know the coaches have talked about it, and we'll talk about it with the kids as we get started as well.
In getting to the finish line, obviously you always need a mix of the veterans, but some young players that step up. Who are maybe some of the young players that you're hoping will step up this season?
I talked about earlier before we started this. Maddie Doherty is one of the juniors who was not a starter at the beginning of last year, but was a starter by the time playoffs. I'm looking forward to seeing what she can do with a full year worth of playing time. We have openings for pitchers. We lost our starting pitcher. We lost our starting catcher. We've lost our starting second baseman from last year. So we have opportunities for players. We have a group of juniors. Emily Sobahart was also not a starter at the beginning of the year and was a starter in the playoffs. Emily Marangoni, I'm expecting good things from her as a first baseman, as a pitcher. Ella Mitchell could be our second baseman. Time will tell, and how the players react to those opportunities. Who wants to step up? Who wants to be that player in that position and make it their own?
Now, kind of fun question for you. I remember a couple of years ago during the 2020 championship run, I was able to observe kind of the good luck charm that the team had in the dugout, which was a cow. How has that tradition been maintained? And is that something that, kind of depends on the players or that particular year's team? Or tell us a little bit about that tradition.
The story, I don't really know the origins of the cow. But it's there. It is always at the games, and it is owned by a player, usually a senior. This will be the fourth year for the cow, I think. And it gets handed down by the player that has been given ownership to a player of their choice for the next year. So the cow will exist. Emily Marangoni has been given the cow, and she is now responsible for bringing the cow with her to the games, and hopefully it will continue to be a good luck charm. We've had, such good success over the last few years to be, able to win, to make the semis, to be in the finals. I don't think it's all about the cow, but being an athlete myself, I have superstitions, and there's something to be said for that. I call it being consistent, doing the same thing over and over again. But I think it's a cool thing, and the girls really like it. So I'm all for it.
I think in baseball and softball in particular, your routine is very important. And if it means, a good luck charm or a stuffed animal or whatever the case. And it is, to clarify, it is a doll or stuffed animal. Obviously, we're not talking about a literal cow that the team is.
No. It's about a foot or so tall. Each year, whoever again owns it gets to make an addition. Whether it's a pin or a cape or some item that makes it their own. So it's always fun to see what the kids come up with.
Well, a lot of fun in the dugout, a lot of fun out there on the field as well. What are the goals for this 2023 Tigers team? And obviously championship has to be number one.
That is the number one goal. We've talked about it with the kids in the past. I think there is a unique opportunity this year with the kids they're coming up. Yes, we lost a lot of good players, but we are fortunate that our middle school teams and our JV coaches, they understand what we want, what we need at the varsity level. So the goal is always to win the championship. Doesn't matter how you get there. Not saying that we have to be number one regular season, although that would be nice. But ultimately it's to win the WPISL championship.
It's North Allegheny slow pitch softball coach Dave Metzger. Coach, as always, thanks for your time and good luck to you and the team this season.
You're welcome, Randy. Thank you.